Amount of 19 million rand was withdrawn from the State Security Agency for operations at the highly contested 2017 Nasrec conference. That is according to a secret witness only identified as a Ms. K at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. Ms. K is giving State Security Agency-related testimony for a third day, and it's been dramatic. Today, she implicated some members of the media for allegedly receiving millions of rands from the agency. This, she says, was to counter negative publicity against former President Jacob Zuma and the country. Ms. K is part of a group of investigators who probe criminal activities and irregularities within the agency between 2012 and 2018. Lot to talk about. Barry Bateman is following proceedings. So the ANC's highly contested Nasrec conference, Barry, 2017, featuring in evidence presented today. Just flesh out the role that the agency played.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jeremy. Well, you can imagine, you remember that time of the contestation between Cyril Ramaphosa and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, of course, very much knowing about the factions between the various parties. We've heard evidence this week about where those factions were being supported by the State Security Agency. And you would have heard about a special operations unit, which was essentially operating as a parallel intelligence unit within the agency for the benefit of Zuma. And going into that conference in 2017, it was very much believed or held that the NDZ side was Zuma's side of the particular the factions. So what we have heard today is quite concerning in that 19 million rand was withdrawn in cash. And was dispersed to several individuals. We've got their code names. It was written on a piece of paper. We don't know who these people are. One of them, though, 5 million rand for somebody termed Kingmaker, which is quite interesting. But take a listen to what Ms. K had to say about the involvement of this particular unit at Nasrec.
It would not be peculiar in general to have SSA members because we do have special events, and this would be an event that would be managed to a certain extent by SSA in a supporting role. But what stands out for me when we looked at this is that CDSO had been purportedly closed in 2016 or early 2017, and most of the members of CDSO, especially the co-workers and even SSA members who were working at CDSO, actually had to go home, and they remained unplaced. I think they're still unplaced even today. Yet, when it was time for Nasrec, according to witness accounts of people that were part of this, they were called from home to partake in whatever this operation was, for them to be present at Nasrec.
So that was happening at the Nasrec conference 2017. Now, we previously heard, Barry, about, I think it was Project Wave, which involved the infiltration of the media. What has emerged today?
Yeah, quite right, Jeremy. So Project Wave was that big project to infiltrate the media so you can influence a certain kind of reporting, give positive reporting about the president and the country. We had heard earlier in the week that African News Agency, Iqbal Survey's outfit, was paid 20 million rand. Well, that company issued a statement earlier in the week saying, yes, we did some work for them. They didn't deny it, but they suggested there was nothing untoward. They said they'd provided some multimedia training or whatever it was. What we heard further details today, that in fact there were 2 invoices that were submitted to the SSA. In fact, the invoices from ANA were directed directly at Thulani Dromo, the head of the Special Operations Unit. But we went a little bit further today, and Ms. K telling us that despite those 2 invoices for 10 million rand apiece, they've got evidence and records of individuals within ANA being paid cash by the State Security Agency. They also went further, and this was put on the record by the evidence leader Paul Pretorius, that they have evidence of individuals in the media fraternity who were on the payroll of the State Security Agency. He says they're not going to lead the evidence at this stage. They will have to apply or send out Rule 33 notices to inform implicated parties, but it is something they're considering. Perhaps something very important for our industry to know exactly what extent our industry played a role, or which individuals played a role in the state capture project.
I suspect some very nervous people in our business this afternoon. Barry Bateman, thank you very much indeed. Now the